everybody today.
You ready?
Woo! Hope you're as excited as we are. All right. So, from The Princess Bride by director Rob Reiner and William Goldman, Zach Phillips as Vicini and Cole Morrow as Dread Pirate Roberts are entwined in a battle of wits, and the winner gets Princess Buttercup, who is portrayed by Emma Grace. Other way.
So it is down to you and it's down to me. If you wish her dead, by all means keep moving forward.
Let me explain.
There's nothing to explain. You're trying to kidnap what I have rightfully stolen.
Perhaps an arrangement can be made.
There will be no arrangement, and you're killing me.
If there can be no arrangement, we are at an impasse.
I'm afraid so. I can't compete with you physically, and you're no match for my brains.
You're that smart.
Let me put it this way. Have you heard of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates?
Yes.
Morons.
Really? In that case, I challenge you to a battle of wits.
For the princess? To the death? I accept.
Good. Then pour wine. Inhale this, but do not touch.
I smell nothing.
The nothing you smell is called iocane powder. Odorless, tasteless, dissolves instantly in liquid, and is among the more deadly poisons known to man. Alright, where's the poison? The battle of wits has begun, and it does not end until we both drink and decide who's right and who's dead.
But it's so simple. All I have to do is divine from what I know of you. Are you the sort of man who would pour the poison into his own goblet or his enemies? Now, a clever man would put the poison into his own goblet because he would know that only a great fool would reach for what he was given. I am not a great fool, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you. But you must have known I was not a great fool. You must have counted on it, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
You made your decision then.
Not remotely, because iocane comes from Australia, as everyone knows. And Australia is entirely people of criminals. And criminals are used to having people not trusted. As you are not trusted by me. I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
Wait till I get going. Where was I?
Australia.
Yes, Australia. And you must have suspected I would have known the powder of origin. So I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
You're just stalling now.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you? Now you've beaten my giant, which means you're exceptionally strong. You could have put the poison into your own goblet, trusting on your strength to save you. I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you. But you've also bested my Spaniard, which means you must have studied. And in studying, you must have learned that man is mortal. So you want to put the poison as far away from yourself as possible. So I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
You're trying to trick me into giving away something. It won't work.
It has worked. You've given everything away. I know where the poison is.
Then make your decision.
I will, and I choose. What in the world can that be?
What? Where? I don't see anything.
Well, I could have sworn I saw something. No matter.
What's so funny?
I'll tell you in a minute. First, let's drink. Me from my glass and you from yours.
You guessed wrong.
You only think I guessed wrong. That's what's so funny. I switched glasses when your back was turned. Ha ha, you fool. You fell victim to one of the most classic blunders. The most famous is never get involved in the land war in Asia. But only slightly less well known is this. Never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line. Ha 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 ha!
College interview ever given. With his phenomenal grades and his SAT scores through the roof, it is guaranteed that Ben will be attending college in the fall semester. However, it almost isn't good enough, as Ben and his good-natured, calm, and collected personality melts away and reveals how he really is. Devin McGillen portrays Ben in 13 ways to screw up your college interview.
Sit down. You see, for reasons I cannot entirely explain at the moment, It is vital that I attend the university in the fall. I have spent years of SAT prep and AP courses, all in hopes of being accepted. I was hoping to hear an answer today. You see, there are forces at work here, friend. Forces you can't possibly comprehend. But trust me, many lives hang in the balance. And you wouldn't want to be responsible for loss of life, would you? You see, it's as simple as you saying it to make it so. You don't have another prospect coming until 5, so I don't have to leave. Phone troubles. The door is locked, and we're 10 stories up, so the window isn't a very safe option either. What is it? Circus break all the time. I'm not doing this. You're doing this. It doesn't matter who I am. For a name is just a label. And I have many labels. But that's not important right now. What's important is you telling me exactly what I was hoping to hear. So say it. Say it! Say it! Please. Say it. Please. I'm in. Oh my God. I gotta call my mom. I am so sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you very much.
An Iliad by Lisa Peterson and Dennis O'Hara is a modern retelling of the ancient tale. John Scola will be playing the narrator, who will be telling the audience about the old gods and Apollo's plague.
Now this whole time, of course, the gods were watching up on Mount Olympus. Some of them cheered for the Greeks' Achilles. Others cheered for the Trojans' Hector. They were like sports fans, and really, back then this was their only form of entertainment. They were addicted to it. They couldn't allow it to end. So they'd swoop down and pinch and prod and whisper, just to make sure the battles kept raging. The old gods, you know them, right? Zeus, his wife Hera, Apollo, Athena, no? Well, they haven't really been around. Where do the old gods go? That's a song. Wait, do the old gods go? Anybody know that song? No? Oh, well, let me see. How can I put it? Oh, okay. There is a god in the gin bottle. There's a god in the vodka bottle. There's spirits. Athena, well, Athena's in the tequila. Athena tequila. You see, gods never die. They change. They burrow inside of us. They become us, our impulses. Lust, Aphrodite. Mischief, well, that's Hermes. Good idea? That is Athena. Athena tequila. Oh, but the old gods. Oh, of course. All right. So 9 years in, and we're all camped out on the beach. Bad enough now it's night, and the men are starting to get very sick. One minute they're polishing their boots, and the next they're choking on black blood. Further down the beach is a massive fire burning, but it's not of wood, it is of corpses. Corpses of men, of dogs, of mules, anything that has been infected with the plague. What is going on? Well, I'll tell you. Agamemnon, our king, our commander, has taken as a spoils of war this girl, a gorgeous 15-year-old who so happens to be the daughter of a priest of Apollo. And the old man comes with a cart piled high, and he says, "Take these ransoms, these gifts, just give me back my daughter." Agamemnon says no. He is willing to pray for the Greeks, and all he wants in return is his daughter. And Agamemnon says no. All the Greek commanders come, pleading with him just to give up the girl, and Agamemnon says no. So the heartsick priest comes to Apollo. He tells him. And Apollo gets mad. And have any of you seen an angry god? He covers his arrows in sickness, in plague, in death. Nasty stuff. The arrows cling on his back as the god quakes with rage. Over against the ship, he drops to one knee and lets fly a shaft. A terrifying crash came from the great silver blow. Tongue, tongue, tongue. Infection, disease, death. There was only one way to end the plague. Agamemnon has to give up the girl. And he says, "I won't give up the girl," because, well, that's Agamemnon for you. And all the Greeks call a grand assembly. All the tribes, all the fractions, all the warriors come, and the meeting ground shook. They're all buzzing like bees. And they're all yelling at Agamemnon, just to give up the girl, man, and the plague. And a voice comes from the back of the room, "Quiet, quiet, quiet. Agamemnon, king of men, is speaking. Silence." So he grabs his scepter and he rises and he's like, "Okay, I'm willing to give up the girl. That's what you all want. I'm not a tyrant. I can see it is in everyone's best interest. But go fetch me another prize, quick too. For I alone and the Argives will go without my honor, and that is a disgrace." And all the men just kind of murmur, because all the prizes have already been distributed. Someone will have to go without their prize. And then a huge figure in the back arises. That is our man, our boy, Achilles.
Morning News host Kip, played by Micah Migwe, and Jenny, played by Alyssa Courtney, try their best to keep their composure with the events currently surrounding them in urban St. Louis. Alex Robb portrays Anchorman, and Spencer Hunt plays Chef Darryl. That concludes our local coverage this hour of the developments in Ferguson. Obviously, tensions remaining extremely high here in the great St. Louis area, with many fearing our community will never be the same. Just unbelievable. Please stay safe out there. Okay, well, the protests aren't the only thing happening in our area. Let's toss it over, as we always do, to our morning team for Rise and Smiles, Kip and Jenny.
We're good.
What do you guys have for us today?
Can't you just show like a rerun or something?
You're mine.
Alright. Deep breath, Jenny. Just read the prompter.
Thank you for making us part of your morning, St. Louis. It's time to rise and smile.
Just please don't play the jingle. Just don't.
Get up, start your day, hey, hey, begin a cheerful St. Louis way. From Chesterfield to Ferguson, Kip and Jenny, make your morning fun. Rise and smile, St. Louis.
Alright, let's just plow right through this. So, how was your weekend, Jenny?
Spent it holding a fireplace poker and protecting my property. So why don't we just skip the chit-chat and talk about some weekend events?
Yes, so enrollment is open for the annual holiday 5K holiday fun run. If you're looking for a good jog, it's being called the most superior race in town now.
Downtown on December 19th, the Blackies are performing. I'm sorry, the Black Keys. I am sorry. I am truly sorry.
I'm going to continue to speak quickly so I can forget about that moment.
Oh, I just thought of someone who's not us. why don't we go to traffic with Trisha Darby to find out how things are going? Trisha, how's the traffic out there?
Quick report, Trisha.
Bad.
Well, let's just move on to our guest segment. So, from the healthy eating guy, yum yum in my tum tum, please welcome Chef Daryl.
Good morning, Jenny.
So, you're here today to make us a healthy breakfast.
That's right. It turns out when you schedule a book tour 8 months in advance, the city stayed pretty much in stone. So here I am to cook with you today and this part of the country.
And what will you be making for us today?
Today, we are going to be making a frittata. And to make it healthy, we're only going to use the whites of the egg.
The whole damn thing.
It's not healthy enough.
Whole egg, Daryl.
So, this frittata won an award at the Aspen Food and Wine Festival.
That's right. It won the grand jury prize, and who am I to argue with the grand jury?
Oh, hi, God!
I realized that as soon as I said it.
Too late! You said it and now we're on YouTube forever, okay? So let me ask you something. Your book is signed Chef Daryl. Are you like Sting or do you have a last name?
No, I do have a last name.
Well, what is it?
Wilson.
Wait a minute. Your last name is Wilson?
Yeah, look, it's just, can we make the frittata I crush? Okay, we're gonna back.
So, we're going to discuss something else, and I'm going to figure out what that is at the end of this sentence. And that is, I got a Pontiac vibe.
Well, why don't we take another look at that traffic again? Trisha, is that the Chicago skyline?
And I am not coming back.
That was a good idea, Chicago.
You should have did that.
Should have did that.
That.
Okay, you know what? That's all the time we have for today. I'm gonna make the call to cut the show 53 minutes early today. And
Okay, can I just say something? Do you know how hard it was to take my name off the books? People don't get to choose their names. I, Daryl Wilson, am the victim here.
Please tell me I just heard you.
just shut up, Eggman. We leave you now with the classic rock medley from Missouri's own vocal quartet, the Sing-a-ling-a-lings. Good God. Not that one.
Different song.
Different
song.
My book on Amazon.
Alrighty then. Where am I? Oh, okay. In our first musical number, Ashley Kammer performs Part of Your World from Disney's The Little Mermaid, written by John Musker.
Ask him like questions and get some answers. What's the fire in? Why does it, what's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore above? Out of the sea. Wish I could be part of that
Disturbia by Christopher Landon is a modern taking of Rear Window by Alfred Hitchcock, wherein a house-stricken teenager is forced to find entertainment outside of his own windows. Cale, portrayed by Jacob Morgan, falls in love with the girl next door, and in this scene, he tells her everything he has learned by watching her from the windows of his own home.
I've seen a lot. I mean, not like that. I mean, for instance, I've seen that you're maybe one of 3 people in the whole world who likes pizza-flavored chips, and you spend more time on the roof of your house than in your actual house. And what are you doing? You're reading books, not US Weekly or 17, but substantial books. And you do this thing. It's like an OCD thing, but it's not. As you're leaving your room, and you go to turn the doorknob, you stop. And you take a couple steps back into your room. And you turn to your right, and you stare at yourself in your mirror. But it's not like a, oh, I'm so hot kind of stare. It's more of a, who am I really? And to ask yourself that, that's so cool. So, you're looking out the window, and you're looking at the world. And you're looking at it, wondering why it's not in order like your books. When I'm looking out the window, I'm only looking at you.
Leanna King will be singing I'm Not That Girl from Wicked by Stephen Schwartz. In the scene, Elphaba is upset that Fiyero loves Glinda and feels she would never be good enough for someone like Fiyero.
Hands touch, eyes meet.
Danielle Barber play two a-holes at a crime scene.
Hello, I'm Detective Kelly. Thanks for sticking around. It shouldn't take too long.
You really a cop?
Yes, sir.
What's your hump about?
Yeah, where's your hat?
I don't wear a uniform. I'm a detective C. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
You mind, babe?
I don't care.
We don't care.
Well, why don't you start by telling me exactly what you saw?
What'd you see, babe?
What?
The crime.
The what?
The crime.
Can I run your donuts?
Yeah, I'll take one with sprinkles.
I didn't,
Yeah, all babe.
I didn't eat them. So, did you see the car get stolen or not?
Yeah, some guy took it.
Good. Was he alone?
Was he alone, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was alone.
Okay. Now, did you get a good look at the perpetrator?
Yeah, I saw the perpetrator. I saw the guy. I saw him. You saw the perpetrator, right, babe? I mean, you saw the guy, right? Perfect. Babe, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw him.
Great. So what do you look like?
What do I look like, babe?
Do you have a copy of my case?
Hey, yeah, we're going out of town tomorrow.
I'm not a locksmith. I can't make copies of your keys. Just describe the guy. You can go about your business.
I want to wait for the news to get
Yeah, we're
here.
gonna wait for the news.
It's a stolen vehicle, man. It doesn't make the news.
It would if a baby stole it.
Look, you two are the only witnesses that we have. I would really appreciate a little help here.
I remember.
Hey, buddy, we got
Great. So what do you look like?
They look like Jesus.
it. Yeah. You know what Jesus
I
looks
know
like?
what Jesus looks like. You're saying he had long hair and a beard.
Yeah, she's shaking her head. Well, that means
I
no.
went to school. I know what it means. So why did he look like Jesus?
He was wearing sandals.
Like Jesus.
They were ugly.
Did you see his face?
Did you see his face, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw his face.
So, what did he look like?
He looked like a rabbit.
He looks like a rat. What the hell does that
You're getting a reward
Oh,
now.
no, we don't get
mean?
paid.
You don't get a reward.
Oh, right. Okay, we don't get paid tonight, babe. So, probably comes in the mail somehow, like a cashier's check?
No, there was no cashier's.
Oh, right, everything direct deposit.
No, there's no reward.
Oh, we got to wait for the person to
Stop.
cop.
Shut up. Now, you start answering my questions, I arrest the both of you for obstruction of justice.
You know Inspector
Hey,
Gadget?
yeah, what's this deal?
I'm taking the both of you in.
Oh, just give it a try home, babe.
I am not driving you home.
Can we stop for a spray tan?
Oh, yeah, she's wearing a skirt tonight.
Hello? What? You did? Great, thanks. Well, looks like you two lucked out. I have to interrogate Jesus the rabbit.
He was funny.
Yeah, still was. Hey, you want to get something to eat?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. So, up next, because we're skipping one, Mindy Stephenson performs My Favorite Things from the musical The Sound of Music. performs Wonderful, Wonderful Day from the musical Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. In this scene, Millie and Adam have just gotten married and are going to their home in the mountains. Will now be doing a fun skit from Saturday Night Live featuring Gilda Radner as Rosanna Dana.
This past Thursday was the Great American Smoke Out, where everyone was encouraged to quit smoking for a 24-hour period. Here to comment is our correspondent, healthcare advisor, Rosanna Dana.
Thanks a lot, Bill. Mr. Richard Fetters wrote in from Barrington, New Jersey and asks, Dear Rosanna Dana, last Thursday I quit smoking. Now I'm depressed, I've gained weight, my face broke out, I'm nauseous, I'm constipated, my feet swell, my gums are bleeding, my sinuses clogged, and I've got heartburn, I'm cranky, and I got gas. What should I do? Well, Mr. Fetters, it sounds like you're a real attractive guy, and you better stay in New Jersey. And you're in luck, because I know exactly how you're feeling, because I, Rosanna Dana, had to quit smoking too. And to get back into shape, I joined one of those health clubs. You know, one of those fancy, smancy ones that are real expensive. And you know it's expensive because you can go into the dressing rooms and see people you don't even know that are all sweaty and naked. What?
What does quitting smoking have to do with health clubs and sweaty naked people, Rosanna?
Well, Bill, if it's not one thing, it's another. You either have to quit smoking or you have to look at naked, sweaty people. There's always something. Gilda Radner was one of the originals on Saturday Night Live, for which she won an Emmy in 1978. Toward the end of her life, she wrote an autobiography. There's always something. Recently, people who loved her were quoted as saying things like, Gilda got laughs out of charms. She got laughs out of honesty and a certain connection to her own vulnerability. Another friend said, she always knows when she's going to have a good day if she gets to spend a little time with Gilda. Well, thanks, Gilda, for your contribution to laughter in the clear sight of experiencing. There's always something.
In this next scene, we see a conversation between two friends trapped in traffic with nothing left to do but bicker about nothing. Micah Nigwell plays Dante and Spencer Hunt plays Randall.
You know, it's times like this I realize we were lied to by the Jetsons.
What are you talking about?
Well, according to that show, we were supposed to be in flying cars right now. You see any flying cars lately? That's the problem with television. It always lies to us.
Yeah, well, most of us rational thinkers weren't banking on a cartoon to give us a glimpse in the future of technological development.
You don't think anyone out there is working on the flying car right now?
I could care less.
I don't believe someone out there is thinking about the flying car but me. Someone who's not afraid to throw their hats over the wall for the good of mankind.
What's that supposed to mean?
Throw their hats over the wall? It means committing to doing something. If more people threw their hats over the wall, we wouldn't be sitting here in this mess. We'd be tooling over it in a flying car.
I can see you've given this a lot of thought.
Kennedy, all right? JFK himself, the man stood before the entire world and promised a man on the moon within 10 years. But the thing is, nobody was working on the space program at that point. JFK had no data to back up his claims, no insight into the practicality of space travel. But you know what he did have?
Marilyn Monroe?
Sack. The man had the sack to stand before the entire world and say, yo guys, we're going to the moon. Imagine if you remember the kind of guys that had the sack to say, hey everyone, we'll all be in the flying car by the end of the year.
Do you know you have a one-track mind?
Hey, what would you be willing to trade for the flying car?
Amen.
Say some German scientist comes up to you and says, I have invented the flying car. I will give it to you on one condition.
Well, what's the condition?
He's not going to tell you.
There's no deal.
The guy is offering you the flying car.
Yeah, but there's obviously a catch.
Who cares what the catch is? It's the flying car. They'll have the only one in the world.
Okay, and why is this German scientist...
Y'all
Why is this German scientist giving it to me for free instead of the car companies and stuff?
What is this, murder she wrote? You're going to look a gift horse to just give the car, man.
That's till I know what the catch is.
Fine. The catch is you got to hack off a foot.
No deal.
Are you saying you wouldn't trade your foot for the flying car? You're that selfish.
It's my foot. How am I supposed to walk?
What walk? You'll have the flying car. Good God, you could sell the design and engineering secrets to the car companies and become a multi-billionaire. After that, you could buy like 50 prosthetic feet.
Okay, which foot? Left or right?
Your choice.
I choose my left foot.
Oh, your left foot.
Oh, it has any more toenail.
Listen to you. The guy offers you the fire from Olympus, that is the flying car, and you trade him a bum foot.
You said I could break.
So it's a deal then, you're sure?
Yeah.
You can't welch.
Won't welch.
Because the whole world is counting on you.
Why the whole world all of a sudden?
The German scientist held a press conference when he made you the deal. He said once the trade was made, you could do whatever you want with the flying car, including mass marketing an affordable model for consumer purchase.
Okay, what the hell kind of scientist is this guy anyway?
One with a lot of free time and a foot fetish.
Yes.
Okay, so then you find out he's going to take off your foot with a hacksaw.
What?
And no anesthetic.
Oh, heck no.
Hey, it's part of the deal.
Yeah, but you didn't say that before.
Well, you should have paid a lawyer to look over the contract. But come on, it only hurts when they're cutting it off. After that, they use a local on your stomach to cauterize the wound.
Well, why can't I get a local before he cuts it off?
Because he's a sick degenerate that likes to inflict pain.
You said he wasn't out of science!
I don't think Einstein didn't like hacking people's feet up, but nobody ever said anything because he was one of the greatest minds of our time. But come on, man. It's only like 2 minutes of pain for a lifetime of riches and 0 traffic.
Fine. But I better get the local after he gets done paying.
So you want the local?
I live by the Marqueta side. Of course I want the local.
All right.
Why you gotta say it like that for?
It's just the locally gives you, knocks you out, and when you're out, he goes your peenie.
Oh, come on!
Hey man, you made the deal.
Yeah, to trade my foot for the flying car and have to get molested by a German scientist.
His friends.
What?
Just after he's done with it, he gives his friends a shot.
Ah, the deal's off.
What are you, some kind of homophobe?
going to be molested by a German scientist after they hacked my foot off.
I'm sorry, do I have to remind you this is for the flying car?
It ain't worth it.
See, you're what's wrong with this country. Hell, this whole world. This country was built on sacrifice, and after nearly 30 years of selfish foot pampering and intergender intercourse has made you too soft to throw your hat over the wall for the good of mankind. And what's worse is, not only do you ruin it for the rest of us with the flying car, but you completely blow the notion of American nobility in the process. The children of tomorrow have no heroic figure to emulate, so society continues its downward spiral into entropy and mass extinction until all that was once great about the human race lies buried in the primordial stew to which we'll all certainly return, thanks to you and your ill refusal to reach for the stars. And you'll forever be remembered as the sad little footnote in the book of life, that wimpy little scumbag that could have breached the chasm of becoming and being, but instead opted to cover his own foot and ass in the process.
All right! I will let the German scientist pack my foot off, then him and his friends can do whatever the heck they want to me off on a flying car.
You do it with a bunch of Germans just to get a car?
Okay. Next up, based off of the 1995 novel Wicked, The Life and Times of Wicked Witch of the West. In this scene, Glinda, portrayed by May Wheeler, and Elphaba, portrayed by Emma Grace, are roommates in their dorm. They've been up all night with while Glinda excitedly prepares Elphaba for her very first party.
Elf, now that we're friends, I decided to make you my new project.
You really don't have to do that.
I know. That's just what makes me so nice. Whenever I see someone less fortunate than I, and let's face it, who isn't less fortunate than I, my tender heart tends to start to bleed. And when someone needs a makeover, I simply have to take over. I know exactly what they need. And even in your case, though it's the toughest case I've yet to face, don't worry, I'm determined to succeed. Follow my lead, and yes, indeed, you will be popular. You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper place when you talk to boys, little ways to flirt and flirt. I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair, everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular. You'll hang with the right cohorts. You'll be good at sports. Know the slang you've got to know. So let's start, 'cause you've got a lovely long way to go. Don't be offended by my frank analysis. Think of it as personality dialysis. That I've chosen to become a paralysis. Or an advisor's best, nobody wasn't. Not when it comes to popular. I know about popular. And with an assist from me to be who you'll be, instead of who you were, well, are. There's nothing that can stop you from becoming popular. La, 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 la. We're gonna make you popular. When I see depressing creatures with unprepossessing features, I remind them on their own behalf to think of celebrated heads of state or especially great communicators. Did they have brains or knowledge? Don't make me laugh. They were popular. Please, it's all about popular. It's not about aptitude, so wear your views. So it's very true to be very, very popular, like me. There's Alpha. Look at you. You're beautiful. I have to go. You're welcome. And though you protest your disinterest, I know clandestinely you're gonna bear it. You found popularity. Ah!
theater department takes you back in time to sing the theme song from the 1960s TV series Green Acres. Don't be afraid to jump in.
The student who chose this had to work tonight, so we need your help to sing along.
Green Acres is a place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Let's run
New York is where I'd rather stay. I get a budget smelling hay. I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. It's yours. Goodbye, city life. Green Acres, we roll it.
I'd like to thank our stage manager, would you step forward, who also was the house manager, the one-person sound crew, and then the people who did the one-person sound crew, and then the MC. And the program designer. And all the people, really, the cast, as you noticed, was the crew. So let's give a round of applause for that. And thank you to the audience because it's a completely different show and somebody's here to watch. So thank you for coming to Blue River.